Something a little bit different on my channel today, and that will be ride-on mowing. This is the only property I now have where I do some ride-on mowing, but everywhere else I go is push mowing. And this obviously is not my lawnmower. First thing I should say, this is not my mower, this is a customer's mower. This was my first outing on the Kubota mower, and I must say I was really impressed with it. Very different from anything I've ever driven before, as you can tell, as I'm just about to crash into the side of a hedge. But it really is a lot different to anything I've ever used before. This place I've worked at now for the last 5 years, and for the last 3 years of that we've really struggled with the old ride-on mowers. Originally there were 2 other ride-on mowers that we've been using. For the first year we used one of them, and then that broke down. The second year we used the second one, then that broke down. The third year we then decided to split the 2 mowers together, so we took the both parts off of 2 broken down mowers, took the best parts off of them and merged them together to make this sort of Frankenstein type mower, which was terrible. And I'd sort of decided in my head this year that if we didn't get the mowers sorted out, I'd have to move on. You know, this sort of job couldn't really continue. So I was really pleased to get to the start of this season and the customer say, hey look, we've gone and got ourselves a new mower. So really pleased, and as I say, it's an absolute joy to use. So this being my first time on this mower, did take me a little bit of getting used to all the different levers and buttons to get everything up and running. There's a lever to raise and lower the blades, which I would quite often forget all about. There's a lever or a button to press once you're up and going and the blades are all engaged. You then have to press a button to keep everything engaged, or if you don't press the button halfway down the road, the blades disengaged for some reason. So it did take a little bit of getting used to, but by the end of this day I did feel like I was on top of it. The bar that goes across my head, goes over the top of my head. I'm not sure if the customer is going to keep that on or not at the moment. I won't have the final say on it, but I must be honest, it did drive me pretty mad going underneath all the trees and that sort of thing. I'm pretty used to just flying underneath the trees with the previous mowers, but with this one having a sort of a roll bar over your head, it caught all the low hanging branches. So I either going to have to go around and cut all the lower branches off the trees, or the bar across the top will have to go. Now I won't have the final say on that because this is a customer's mower. I'll leave it up to him. If I turn up one day and the bar's gone, I won't complain, but if it does stay, then I will probably have a visit here one day and just take off all the lower hanging branches. Bagging wise, the mower was absolutely brilliant, bagged really well and packed all the grass in really tight. Again, lots of different levers and pulleys to pull to get the bag to empty, not like the old one, you have to jump off and tip it up, that sort of thing. With this one, you pull a lever, out it goes, and yeah, you're off and running. Will be interesting to see what it's like in the damp though. when this place really gets growing, it is long and lush. So it will be interesting to see how it is when the wet comes. So I have done a couple of videos from this garden before, but I will just, if you haven't seen those videos, just update you on the situation here. So I picked this job up 4 years ago, say, something like that, and when I first turned up I was like, there's no way I can do this job for you because it's just too big, and they said no, it's fine, we've got ride-on mowers for you to use. So that is the only way I can do this job, is the customer. I'm using the customer's ride-on mower. It's something I used to do quite a lot of back in the day when I first started out, but as time's gone on, I've really sort of stayed away from these sort of bigger jobs just because I'm not sort of capable of doing them. But you know, the occasional one like this comes along and the customers have trusted me to use their mowers, and we have a good relationship, working relationship, which is good. And yeah, it's quite nice for a change. So overall, first impressions of using this mower for the first time on this day, this is probably by far the nicest ride-on mower I've ever used. Now that being said, it hasn't really got that much competition because some of the other ride-on lawnmowers I've used in the past have been absolutely terrible. But as first impressions go, this was a very, very nice mower. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, be good. I'll see you next time.